we have to be hurt. We have to be brought down to rock bottom, because the truth is, when you're at rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go. You're fucked. Simple as that. You're fucking screwed. So what are you going to do? You're going to stay there? You're going to stay at the bottom? Or you're going to go, nah, man, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to fucking try my best, one step at a time, one step in front of the other, and I'm going to try and get back up. And like Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up. You got that power in you, got that fire, you got comeback power. I'm Luke, and you're listening to the Luke Mind Power Podcast. Alrighty, let's go. Another episode on the Luke Mind Power Podcast. What's up, everyone? How you doing? Most importantly, guys, remember, as I always start off the podcast on a positive note, it's a blessing to be alive, even if things are not going your way. After this episode, you'll be feeling a lot better, okay? So I'm here to send you some love, some good energy, and to keep you persevering and keep you moving forward every single day. Now, before we get straight into the podcast and whatever's going to flow through me and the message is going to come from me to you, which I don't even know about, as you've probably heard me say many times when I start my podcast, I do not have a schedule, agenda. I don't sit here and go, like, this has got nothing to do. I'm just writing some stuff about my event coming up. There's fucking pays and stuff here. But it's got nothing to do with the podcast. So I don't even know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So I'm really trusting myself. And this is what happens when you step into your power, your purpose. You know yourself very well. You're able to do what you love unconsciously, unconscious competence, right? And so basically, I just free flow. And I allow myself to just be me, be authentic, and see what happens. And that's the beautiful thing about communication and about trusting yourself and showing up and taking action, because you actually don't know how powerful you are. You actually don't know how amazing you can be if you just give yourself a chance. So I've learned time and time again. How many episodes have I done on the Luke Mind Power Podcast? Over 250 or something? So it's like repetition is the mother of skill. Jim Rohn, right? Tony Robbins says it. Repetition is the mother of skill. Keep doing something over and over and over again. You get really good at it, right? And then you get so good that you just do it, just like driving. Come on. You're telling me you can't learn shit, but you learn how to drive. And once you learn how to drive, it just became so simple. It was like unconscious, like you're just driving along and then all of a sudden you don't even realize where you are or how you got there, because it's just, you'll automatically do it. It's on autopilot, right? Which is pretty extraordinary. And you're saying, I'm not extraordinary. Like, come on, man. There's so many things about you that you forget about, that you're freaking phenomenal, you're powerful. And it's about time you started giving yourself a little bit more recognition for that and becoming more self-aware that if I can learn how to do this, if I can learn how to do that, if I can learn how to use a smartphone, if I can learn how to read, if I can learn how to, like, come on, like, pay attention to that shit. But anyway, before I go in more deeper, because as you know, once I start going, man, I don't stop. Once you pop, you don't stop, right? We have an amazing, extraordinary event coming up, 4th of January, 2024. Unlock Your Greatness live event conference in Sydney, live in person. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Luke Mind Power live in Sydney, 4th of January. Unlock Your Greatness conference. Live stream virtual access tickets available as well. If you haven't got your tickets, get off your ass and get your tickets, okay? You can get the link is in the description below. If you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, you'll find the link in my profile, my bio. There's a link there, and you can click the link to get your tickets if you haven't got your tickets already, okay? But if you're on YouTube, click the link in the description below for the Unlock Your Greatness conference. Live stream virtual tickets available as well. So no excuses, as I've done many events before as well in the past, and everyone's always saying the same thing. I'm so sorry I can't make it. I'm not in London, or I'm not in Sydney, or I'm not in Melbourne, or I'm not in freaking Laguna Beach, or I'm not in Atlanta. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Get your virtual access tickets, okay? Because there is going to be a replay available for everybody who purchases a virtual ticket, even if you can't make it because they're sleeping or whatever. But most importantly, if you do get access and tickets to this event and it's virtual, you don't want to be sleeping. You want to go, you know what, 4th of January, this event, I'm paying for a virtual ticket. I know that it might be at 2 o'clock in the morning, or it might be at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to stay up for this shit, because I'm serious about my future. I'm serious about my success. I'm serious about the next level of life. I'm serious about surrounding myself with extraordinary people. It's these kind of uncomfortable moments where you go, it's a bit off. And like, I used to, look at all of these events that were in the US, and I'm in Australia, and I'll be like, I can't join because it's freaking at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, man, if this is a priority for you, if this is important for you to grow and for you to, level up, then you're going to be there. Okay. And I'll tell you why I know this is because I'm here because I had to do what's uncomfortable first. Before I go into that and tell you what I did that was uncomfortable, make sure you get your tickets. Unlock Your Greatness live conference in Sydney There are limited in-person seats available. So if you want to be there in person and you're in Australia or you want to come from overseas, then I suggest you get your VIP tickets as well. Upgrade. Why am I telling you to upgrade to the VIP? Because we have a 6 to 8 p.m. after the event. The event finishes at 4. Then you have 2 hours off, and then you prepare yourself for the after party. And that after party is with myself. There is a special performance by an Australian artist as well, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. He's bloody amazing, that guy. And I'll give you more details on who that's going to be. I'm not going to spoil all the beans straight away. But there is an after party, okay? And we're going to be creating a phenomenal viral TikTok video together, myself and DJ Danilo as well, which is going to be fucking insane, okay? So if you're one of those people that's like, I want to dance with you, Luke, well, hello, this is your moment. Get your VIP tickets so that you can make that dream come true, because I see it so often on many of my TikTok videos and Instagram posts. People are like, I wish I could dance with you. Well, this is your opportunity. Get your VIP tickets so that we can make that come true. The after party is all about networking as well, because again, this event is about surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So there's going to be different canapes. Obviously, there's going to be drinks and food and stuff like that for you in that space. And it's going to be a very powerful, positive experience and a positive vibe, because that's all I bring. That's all I am. And that's what you want to continue to surround yourself with if you want to continue to elevate and live your freaking dreams, not your fears. Okay. So make sure you get your tickets. The link is in the description below. All right. Now, moving forward, I'm going to tell you what I did that was uncomfortable. Okay. Back in 2021, actually, it started earlier than that. And I know I've mentioned this story before, and I'm not going to go as deep into it. If you want to listen to the full story, it's episode 101 on the Luke Mind Power podcast. But this is what I had to do. What was uncomfortable before I could get to, where I'm at right now was a lot of consistency. Guess what? I had to go through some failures. I had to go through some real shit, some turmoil, some depression, some really uncomfortable experiences for a good solid. I did it for a long time, but I'm saying this is what happened before I started my coaching business, which was very uncomfortable. So from June to December 2020, I invested with a mentor. I believed that this person was going to help me start my coaching business. And unfortunately, yes, I learned a lot of lessons. Yes, I got fucked over. Yes, it hurt. Yes, I got scammed. Yes, I lost a lot of money, over $100,000. I lost a lot of money, but now I look at it, it's never a loss. It's always a lesson. Okay. So as much as it's painful, it's hurtful, it's uncomfortable, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I got taken advantage of. I'm grateful. Like, honestly, like every time someone does something bad to me, yeah, in the moment, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that person did that to me, or I can't believe they took me through that journey. But who knows, man? Like, God could have sent this person into my life on purpose. She may have been called by, let's say it was called by the devil. She was called by the devil to bring me down. But the spirit in me, the will within me, the will within you, it doesn't fall so easily. You're too powerful to be brought down by the dark energy. But at the same time, could have been called by God. It was like, hey, go and hurt Luke a little bit more. Go and take his money. Because when he starts his coaching business, he needs to start from rock bottom. He needs to start from all the way at the bottom, so that in 5 years' time, or in 3 years' time, or in 4 years' time, when he becomes really successful, he's going to have a story to tell, and he's going to talk about how he started from the bottom with nothing. Fortunately, for some of us, that's the case. We have to be hurt. We have to be brought down to rock bottom, because the truth is, when you're at rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go. You're fucked. Simple as that. You're fucking screwed. So what are you going to do? You're going to stay there? You're going to stay at the bottom? Or you're going to go, nah, man, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to fucking try my best, 1 foot at a time, one step at a time, one step in front of the other, and I'm going to try and get back up. And, like Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up. You got that power in you, got that fire, you got comeback power. After I went through that experience of like going through that and believing in this person, I believed, like I trusted this person. I gave my all, and she was asking me to do this and that and this and that. And I was staying up for all hours of the night trying to create this content, these coaching programs, and learn this stuff. And then I would be sending her photos of me and photos of the videos. And then she'd be like, change this and fix this. And I was on a mission, because I believed that we were creating a personal development company and a coaching program and this. And like I was fucking invested because I believed that everything that I was doing that she was telling me to do was going to amount to massive abundance, massive success. I believe she knew everyone in the industry. I thought, wow, this is my ticket to success. Little did I know, it was just a setup for my own comeback. And it was a very hurtful and challenging and hard lesson to learn. And before I go on and tell you what I had to do, which was very, very uncomfortable besides this experience, I tell you that I had to learn one lesson from this whole experience. And this is something that many of us have a struggle with, many of us have a problem with. And whether it's within your professional life or your family or your friends or your personal self or your relationships, whatever that is, one of the things that's a common denominator that I hear so much from many of us is that I don't trust people. And let me tell you what I needed to learn going through this experience was that I did not trust myself. It was the one lesson that I hadn't learned yet before I was to step into my greatness, to step into my purpose, to step into service, to step into being a coach, to step into being the extraordinary man that I am. I still had to learn this lesson. I know there's still lessons that I learn all the time, every day. But in terms of my personal development, I was still living in fear. I was still living in I was afraid of her opinion of me. And so the one thing that I did was during that experience, I didn't trust my own gut. A lot of you will be thinking, what do you mean your gut? Well, you know that feeling that you get sometimes when something is off, like in a friendship, relationship, or someone says something, or you're just dealing with an experience or whatever it is in your life right now, and it just feels off. Something feels off. I had that so many times. But because I entrusted myself so much into this person and I believed, man, and that is the power of belief. The power of belief. I believed that this person had my best interests at heart, that whatever this person said, I went and I fucking did it. I didn't doubt it for a second, but my gut did. You know, there were red flags from the beginning. There were if I go back now and I was like this version of myself and I went through this experience, I wouldn't have lasted the 6 months. I would have been done by, straight away, because I would have picked up on the things that were happening that I was questioning, that she was giving me a response to and explaining to me what it was, which was then convincing me that I was not crazy. And I know that many of you have been in relationships like this and are still in relationships like this, where you think you're like, this doesn't make sense. This is off, whatever. And then you say something and then they tell you an answer to it and they convince you that you're not going crazy. They convince you otherwise, that what you're thinking is wrong. Wow. Very fucking good. Very, very fucking good. Really, really fucking well fucking spoken, convincing, confident in answering. There was always a fucking answer. You could never catch them out. I'd fucking speak to her and then she would calm me down. And she'd be like, no, we have to do this and we have to do this and we're still waiting on this. And then when this happens, then we can do the next step. And I was like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, that's all I needed. And I was good for the next couple of days until the next fucking intuition, gut feeling was like something is wrong. So I went on this roller coaster, man, and there's so much more to it. And maybe I'll do an episode only on that experience. But like I said, I've already shared it on episode 101 of the Luke Mind Power podcast. So if you haven't heard about that story, go and listen to that episode, because it'll help you understand what I went through then. So anyway, after that experience, so why did I say trust? I didn't trust myself. So eventually at the end, what happened was I had to step up. I had to grow some balls. I had to go, fuck, I've got to have my own back here. I've got to fucking I've got to disconnect myself from this person. I've got to seize the relationship. I've got to leave, stop. I knew I had to have a call with her. I knew I had to tell her. I knew I had to say, hey, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Take off my social media, take my name off your business, or take my videos off your Instagram pages and everything I was affiliated with you. Remove it. I don't want to do nothing to do with you. I'm done. I'm gone. And that was a freaking hard conversation to have because I was shitting myself. And I remember sitting in my bedroom at my parents' house and doing this call, and my hands were sweaty and my heart rate was beating really fast, you know, and I was just like, couldn't speak properly, but I knew I had to speak my truth. And I was scared. This was one of many conversations that I had to have to step up into my confidence, into my greatness, into me being who I am. And it's not the only one. There's many, and there will continue to be many on this journey of development and growth and your next level and becoming more of, you know, your true authentic self. There are these situations, conversations that you have to have, and they're scary, but you have to do them, because if you don't, you disrespect yourself. And what this journey is all about, it's about loving yourself. It's about having your own back. It's about being your own best friend. It's about having you at the highest regard for yourself. It's not disrespecting yourself. It's not shutting your fucking mouth. It's not being quiet. It's not fucking shrinking yourself and going, oh my God, I'm fucking so scared. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to talk. I did that for years. How many more fucking years do I want to fucking be quiet? How many more years do I want to shrink myself? How many more years do I want to play small? How many more years do I want to hold it all in and suppress this fucking truth and keep fucking starting this war with myself constantly because I'm too scared, living in too much fear. Oh my gosh. What are they going to do? What are they going to think of me? So I remember that conversation. It was very uncomfortable. And, you know, after that, I was on a mission to, like, you know, tell the authorities, and I reached out to all these magazines and Today and 60 Minutes and all this shit to report this person, because this person was in Florida and I'm in Australia, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck to do it. And I just reached out to all these things, and I spoke to my lawyer. Anyway, long story, but, you know, what happened? I couldn't really do anything. And so, you know, she took all the money, and we spent 6 months doing this shit. And I learned a lot of lessons, and I got a lot of pain from it. And the one lesson was that I didn't trust myself. Because had I trusted myself and I had the confidence that I have right now, it wouldn't have lasted 6 months. It would have lasted maybe a week. I would have picked up on the red flag and gone, you know what, this feels off. I'm done. This is what happens when you do the work on yourself, right? So what happens when you do the work on yourself is, if somebody, doesn't matter who it is, can be a partner, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever. But what happens is, when something feels off, you don't sit there and go, oh, something feels weird, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's fine. Just keep doing it. Keep going. You don't do that. Something feels off and you go, fuck that. See you later, man. Energy's bad. No good. I trust myself. I know myself. I know what I deserve. I know what's right and wrong. Don't sit here and fucking try and convince me about something and make me fucking think that it's right when I know it's wrong. I'm not feeling it for no reason. You know, what you feel is real. We don't have a strong enough relationship in ourselves. That's why we don't trust ourselves enough. And that's why we don't make the fucking decisions that you're supposed to be making in your life. That's why you're in your own way. That's why life ain't working for you, because you ain't working for yourself. You're fucking scared. You're living in too much fear, and you don't trust yourself enough. We go through broken relationships. We go through experiences that are really bad. And then what happens is, we don't trust people anymore because we've been hurt so much. Don't think that it's easy for me to say, because I just did just that for 4 years. I said, no more relationships, no more girlfriends. I don't want to be in a relationship. Why? Because I've been fucking hurt. So then what do? I said, well, I'm fucking hurt. I've been hurt so many times. Well, fuck it. I'm just going to be with myself now. I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want to be hurt anymore. So what I said, no more relationships for 4 years. So I know exactly where you're coming from when you say, I don't trust people. But what I've come to learn is that it ain't about other people, baby. It's about you. It's about trusting you to make the right decisions, to allow the right people into your fucking life, and to have an open mind to know that sometimes you're going to make mistakes, and sometimes you need to learn from those mistakes, and sometimes you need to learn the lessons, and you need people to come into your life to hurt you. Because the more pain, the more gain. Pain is your power. The more you get hurt, the more you learn the lesson, the more you actually become more powerful and you grow more, and avoiding relationships, avoiding not having relationships or avoiding it like for a long, long, long period of time, it's unhealthy at the same time. We thrive off connection. We're emotional beings. And if you keep saying no, right, then you're kind of closing yourself up to the opportunity or the possibilities of actually connecting with good people. But it is a learning, allowing people into your life, finding the balance of having solitude and building a stronger relationship with yourself. And then knowing when, okay, am I going to give this person a chance? Is this person good for me? Are they healthy for me? I don't know. Let me take them out for dinner or for a coffee or for whatever. And let me suss them out. Is it a match? Is it a vibe? Is it not? Do I want to see them again? You know what I mean? So the trust is in you. And when something feels off, it doesn't feel off for no reason. It's off because it's fucking off, man. Like, pay attention. If it doesn't feel right, that means it doesn't feel right. Stop sitting there contemplating, calling your fucking friends and going, you know what? Something feels off about them, but I'm not sure what it is, but it does. You're the one that was going through the experience, but you need the validation from someone else to go, well, you never know. Like, you might as well just like see them again and see what happens, I wasn't there personally, but you can ask me for my opinion because, I'm just going to validate to you that your feelings are real. And it's like you can't sit with yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and confirm that something feels off. Like, it's there. Hello. It's a feeling. This is how powerful we are, but because we don't have a strong enough relationship with ourselves, we don't trust ourselves enough, we don't make the decisions that we need to make to let go of anything that's toxic or unhealthy or negative. That's how powerful we are, but we're not using our full power. Why? Because we don't trust ourselves. Where does trust come from? Where does confidence come from? Where does love for yourself come from? It comes from you giving yourself attention, time, surrounding yourself with the right environment, taking action, getting out of your comfort zone, speaking your truth, standing up for yourself. You don't grow as a person by shrinking yourself and standing in the corner and then one day just wishing and hoping that, eventually the sun's going to come up and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so great today. I can fucking do whatever I want. I don't give a shit what you think about me. It doesn't happen like that. It happens over time where you continue to believe in yourself, that your voice matters, that your truth matters, that you matter, that your feelings matter. But as long as you keep suppressing your shit, as long as you don't learn the lessons that you should be learning from the experiences that you're going through, that, God has planned for you, that the universe is taking through you and you're not learning, well, then you're just going to continue to be your own worst enemy. And you're going to be the type of person that's going to say, I'm not where I should be because this is just how life panned out for me. These are the cards that I was dealt. And because I got these fucking cards, this is how it is. You can have reasons or results, man. But some of us are just happy to kind of settle for mediocre, settle for second best, settle for the life that we've got because it's comfortable. Anything that's out of your comfort zone is unfamiliar. It's going to fucking put pressure on you. You're going to have to think. Oh my God, you've got a fucking head. You've got a head that you can think with, a brain. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to think too much. I'm going to have to process too much. So I'm just going to stay in my comfort zone. I'm going to just keep doing what I've always fucking done because that's comfortable. Well, is that fulfilling? How does it make you feel? I ain't your coach, your motivational speaker, sit there on the cliff and go, hello, what's wrong? Oh, okay, you're scared. Oh, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone. Oh, okay, no worries. All right, well, I'll catch you later and I'll fuck off. Nah, man, I'll push you off the fucking cliff because you'll fly. It's like you being afraid of the deep end in a swimming pool when no one's ever taught you how to swim. And it's like, man, when push comes to shove and you fall in the deep end, man, you realize that you'll know how to swim, man, to survive. And sometimes that's what we need. We need the push. We need the motivation. We need the inspiration. We need the right environment. We need the right people in our life to support us, encourage us, believe in us when we don't believe in ourselves. And that's why I really believe that personal development is a daily practice. It should be a part of your life, that you're constantly evolving, that you're constantly pushing yourself, that you're constantly getting out of your comfort zone because you don't know what you are. What you've done so far is just, it's like 10% of the potential of what you have, probably less. And I mean, like, ask yourself the question, like, what are you here for, man? Why? Like, what are you here for? What are you alive for? Get up in the morning and do the same shit all the time? Or to experience new things? Travel. Do things that excite you. Do things you've never done before. Meet people you've never met before. There is like infinite amount of possibilities. There's unlimited amount of possibilities. You have the ability to think like no one's thought before. Like, think about that. You have the power to create a thought that no one has thought before. You can create something no one's created before. Thoughts become things. What you think about is what you become. You become what you think about. You know, that's why I keep telling you guys this is about waking up to your greatness. That's why my event in Sydney and all of my events that I've been doing, what am I calling them? Unlock your greatness, because many of us have got fucking padlocks on our freaking greatness. You know, it's like we're chained up and we've got this fucking padlock. It's locked, and all of us are just walking around like this fucking, you know, with this freaking chain around our bloody body, locked with a padlock, and we're just like unconsciously living, you know, not realizing the power that you have within yourself until you start feeding off this energy, until you start answering the call and go, you know what? This makes too much sense for me. Like, how many of you guys are watching what I'm doing? The dancing, the posting of my content, the podcast episodes, where I'm going, where I'm traveling. I'm in freaking new places all the time. I'm changing my environment all the time. I'm growing all the time. I'm taking action all the time. I'm being consistent all the time, you know? But again, it doesn't start here. It started fucking getting uncomfortable. And that leads me back to what I was going to start and talk to you about before I started talking about, you know, the trusting situation. So the uncomfortable part of your success, when I'm talking about Unlock Your Greatness virtual live access tickets that you can get, click the link in the description below, is that for some of you, the time, I mean, it's a full day event. It's from 9 to 4 p.m. Sydney time, which will be, I'm not going to try because I'm probably going to make mistakes with the time zones, but some of you guys, the timing may be off because you'll be overseas, maybe in Europe or wherever. But when I had to start my coaching program, my business coach is in the UK. And in order for me to build my business, to start my coaching program, I had no choice. You see, when we have a choice, we do what's easy. And what's easy is to go, I'm not going to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to sleep. What if getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning meant that you were going to learn something or meet someone that was going to help you to live your dreams, that was going to take you to that next level? These are the ways that we don't think, and we need to start thinking that way. What if? What if there's someone I meet at that event? What if there's something that Luke says or something that somebody else says on stage, one of the other speakers, that I needed to hear that's going to change my life forever? What if that's what I needed? But I said, you know what? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Too late. And that's the difference between success and failure. That's how finite it is. And so back in 2021, after I'd gone through that whole experience, you know, and feeling, you know, manipulated and scammed and all that shit, I had literally about $500 on my credit card. I had no money left. You know, I was on government benefits, man, after COVID. Like, that's where I was. And so I'm doing a call with my business coach, and he's sharing me all this information about how to start, what to do, how he can help me, all this shit. And all I'm doing is I'm just sitting there going, how am I going to fucking pay for this? I don't have fucking money. And so after he shared with me everything, he gave me the price, and he shared with me what it's going to cost to invest into how he can help me, right? And I was just like, I told him, I said, man, it makes sense to me. Like, what you're sharing, it makes sense. I think I want to do it, but I can't afford it. I don't have the fucking money. So he was able to accommodate me, given my situation, and give me a chance to get started at a cheaper price. And funny enough, I think I'm going to see him in a couple of days as well. I haven't met him yet, you know. I think he's in Dubai. So I started. Now, I didn't think, hang on a second, what time are the coaching sessions? what time are they going to be on? Because like I'm in Australia and you're in UK. So the times are probably going to be off. So it won't suit me because, I go to bed at 11 o'clock and I have to get up and I get up at 6 or 7, or 8. So that's not going to suit me. So I started, and what did I find out? Well, there was a coaching session on Tuesdays, there was a coaching session on Thursdays, and they were both at around 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't get up at fucking 4 a.m., man. I'm fucking sleeping, man. But prior to that, when I was working with that lady, that mentor, that experience that I had to go through, man, I was staying awake till 7 in the morning. And then I would wake up at fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That was my fucking days, man. They were fucking shit. Staying up all night, doing all this work, sending off all these videos and this content for this coaching. And then I'd go to bed at like 7:30 in the morning, get up at 2:30. It was fucking yuck. Starting the coaching program to build my coaching business, I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to sit there in these coaching sessions and learn. And it wasn't about making excuses. It wasn't about, oh my gosh, it's too early, right? And that's why I say that you will take action from two of these things, either one, from either inspiration or from desperation. And guess which one I was taking action from back then? Desperation. I was fucking desperate. I had no money. I was fucking rock bottom. I didn't have a fucking choice. I had to fight. I had to fight back. I had to fight for my dreams. I had to fucking fight for myself. I had to fight to get myself out of this fucking shithole that I put myself in because I didn't trust myself enough. That was March 2021. And it is the end of 2023. 2.5 years later, and I'm fucking on top. I could sit there and go, but it's going to take too long. If I spoke to my younger self back then, March 2021, and I said to him, I go, Luke, I know you want to start the coaching business, and like it's going to be a lot of work, and you're going to be very successful and shit, but it's going to take 2.5 years. That version of me is going to sit there and go, oh, that's too long. Yeah, fucking 2.5 years. Oh, man, look at all the hours that you got to do. Look at all the work that you got to put in. Oh, no way. That's fucking too much. I'm not going to do this. This is bullshit. Get the drift, right, of what I'm doing and what I'm explaining to you. Time goes whether you like it or not. It keeps ticking every fucking day. What you do with your time is the most important thing. Who you want to become in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, it fucking flies. A minute ago, I was 33 going in Poland to my grandmother's funeral, and all of a sudden, it's 2023. That was 2018 in March or February. All of a sudden, click the fingers, it's fucking end of 2023. I'm in Dubai. How? Yeah, nearly 6 years coming up, because I've always said 5.5 years ago, but it's like in February, it'll be 6 years since this journey started for me. Shit changes quickly, man. So like, if you're wasting time, if you're procrastinating, like screw your fucking head on, because a lot of us are walking around with a loose fucking neck. I mean, fucking walk around like this, like it's, like screw your head on, because time flies, man. And the more time that you invest into yourself, the more you get your shit together, and the more you'll start taking action and becoming a better version of yourself. The more things will start to align with your life when you align with yourself, because you're not connected. And when we're so disconnected from ourselves, we're lost. We're fucking sleeping. You're sleeping because that's how it's always been. And this is the people that have always been in your life. And this is what you've always known. And let me tell you, this is what you're always going to keep getting. And that's why I invite you to join us on the 4th of January for the Unlock Your Greatness conference in Sydney. Whether you join live in person, there's only limited tickets and seats available, so make sure you get them quick. Get the VIP tickets as well, or whether you join us live stream. These are the little moments that matter. I look back at my events that I went to, those conferences in 2019, and they changed my life. The programs I did, they changed my life. I'm here because of it. The money that I spent, the thousands of dollars that I lost, but then I poured back into myself. You know, it's like getting the cash and going bonk, and it goes into my head, into my body. That's the investment into myself, and I grow and I become a better version of myself. I learned that my brother-in-law said this, Vlad. He said, great things take time. He told me this when I was fucking young, man, when I was like 20, when I started working with him. And I moved to China, moved to Hong Kong. I lived there for 7 months. And I remember he said it, man. He said, great things take time. When you can have the patience and the perseverance and the understanding that, yeah, once you start working on yourself, don't expect yourself to transform like into this beautiful butterfly straight away. You got to stay in the fucking cocoon. Once you start this work, understand that you are awakening a beast, a lion. You're awakening a goddess that has never been awakened before. The light is super bright. It's so bright that it will fucking blind people. That's how extraordinary you are. But in order for you to expand and for you to really heal and for you to like step into your true authentic power and your greatness, you got to stay in your cocoon. Do the work. Invest in yourself. Take action. And that means set boundaries. That means say yes to you. Say no to things that don't serve you anymore. Say yes to learning how to protect your energy and protect your peace, because your energy is currency and it's very expensive. And the less value that you value yourself, the more you'll give away your energy, and then you'll lose your power. And then you'll wonder why you're depressed and depleted and drained and not feeling powerful and enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of another episode. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blessing to spend more time with you. I believe in you. I love you. I know that it's not an easy process, and the most important thing that I encourage you to keep doing is to keep listening to the podcast. Keep tuning in. Keep sharing it with your friends. Like the best thing that I did was to listen. Listen to Les Brown. Listen to Tony Robbins. Listen to motivational speakers. Podcast episodes after episode after episode, and then obviously I invested in myself and invested in my programs and speaking programs and things that added value to my life, that I felt connected with, and like I always tell you guys on my episodes, if you're looking for transformation, you really want to grow and you want to work with us personally, send me a message on Instagram and say, hey man, I'm interested in working with you. How can I get more information? And myself and my team are here to serve you, to help you, to wake up to your greatness, to live your freaking dreams. We can't wait. We can't wait to hear from you. But most importantly, guys, never give up. Okay, if you're coming to Sydney, make sure you get your tickets. Okay, because they are selling fast, especially if you're coming in person. And there's only a few left, so I would hurry up. Take action, get your tickets, make sure you get the VIP tickets so you can come to the after party as well, because that's going to be a vibe. Danilo's going to be DJing. We've got an artist as well that's going to be singing as well. I'll give you more details on who that's going to be as well, because he is absolutely amazing. And I can't wait for that event because it's going to change your life. Anyway, guys, I'm sending you so much love. Don't forget to leave me a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.